hopping along today, hopefully briefly, because I've got to go to the shops in a minute, because I want to talk to you a little bit about the Cardigan CAL that starts on Saturday. That's the 13th of January. I am very excited about it, and by now I have probably published both blog posts all about it. The first one you may have read already. That was written up maybe a week before Christmas in anticipation of the CAL. I sounded a bit like Moira then, sorry. But this video is just to accompany those two blog posts, because the other one I will hit publish on very, very soon, probably tonight. But basically both of those blog posts tell you everything you need to know if you would like to join in the crochet along, which is all about cardigans. I have not hosted a CAL maybe since like 2019, so I'm very rusty, and I'm just kind of following my instincts on this one and seeing what happens. But I remember in those days, like prizes and giveaways and whatnot attached to a CAL were all the rage. I don't know if that's still a thing, but as it's what we used to do in the old days, I am going to do that as well this time around. So I have arranged for a prize bundle for the end of the CAL, so that for everyone who participates, if they want to, their name can be put into a hat, and I will pull out a winner who will receive 10 crochet patterns as a prize. Not just cardigan patterns, but all sorts of fabulous, beautiful crochet designs, 3 of which will be by me, and then the other 7 are by some friends who are fabulous crochet designers. And I think it's a good mix of patterns, and I think you'll like them a lot. The second blog post is all about what those patterns are, so go and check it out. I will link below. The other part of the second blog post is about what discounts you can get. So if you wanted to make a specific pattern, and it's by one of my mates who is collaborating, they will have provided a discount code, so you can buy a pattern that's got a little bit of money off. All details are in that second blog post, including the ones that I am doing for the CAL. So I've got 3 cardigan patterns that you can buy, or a certain will have by Saturday, including Little Fluffy Clouds, which is this cardigan I'm wearing. The Perfect Cardigan is another one, which is this stripy one. And then She Sells Seashells, which is also, I've got them all piled up here. I might just do a little bit of a showing off at the end. But I did do that on the last episode of my crochet podcast, so you may have seen those already, but I'll try and show them off a bit more than just flashing them on screen. Those are my cardigan patterns, and they'll all have 25% off. I also have a free recipe for, do you remember the J.W. Anderson cardigan that was all the rage a couple of years ago? So I did once upon a time write a blog post all about how I made my own crochet version of that cardigan. So if you wanted to do that, then you can. You can make any cardigan you wish, as long as it's crochet and as long as it's a cardigan. I think a cardigan must be an open-fronted sweater garment, and I think it should have sleeves, and that's what to me constitutes a cardigan. Whether or not it's got buttons, I don't mind, it's fine. I know some people don't like having button down cardies, so if you wanted to have it without buttons, it's fine by me. But it can't be a sweater, because a sweater is not a cardigan. But other than that, the rules are pretty laid back, really. I'm not too fussed, but just have it so that you are making it for the CAL, and you're not rummaging in the bottom of your wardrobe finding that old crochet cardigan that you made once upon a time to submit that, because that does not count. And it's about joining in something so that we can all crochet together and have a chat, and we can have those chats on Instagram, we can have those chats on Facebook, because I set up a group, my first group that I've ever set up on Facebook. I'm not much of a Facebook user, so it's a bit new to me, but I'm getting there. It's not that hard really. And then also I set up a forum on Ravelry, which I suspect might be quite quiet. And that seems to be the quietest forum so far, but I know we haven't started yet really. But the links will be in the first blog post that I wrote. Again, that will be in the description box below. If I'm feeling in a good mood, then I will probably put direct links below as well to those places, so you don't have to go rooting through the blog post. But I want you to read those blog posts because they're full of good information, more than I'll probably share here, because this is just kind of an accompaniment, a bit of a yes, it's happening, get your hooks out, get your yarn ready now. And also to show you my yarn, because I'm obviously going to make a cardigan, maybe two. So we've got nearly 3 months. I reckon I can make 2 cardigans in 3 months, it'll be all right. I've got a box down here of my yarn that arrived in the post yesterday. You might find my outfits change quite a lot throughout this video, because I think I'm going to put it all together back to front. But what I would like to do is just spend a few moments talking about the other designers who are joining and collaborating on the crochet along, because it's only fair, seeing as that they've generously spent their time working out, sorting out the admin behind getting a code for us, and also just offering patterns to the winner for free as well. So please do think about buying patterns by these designers. And if you can't, then it would be spend some time looking at their designs on their blogs, give their blogs some traffic, and you could even share their work to let other people know that the CAL is going in. These are the options. So Faye Ashby Hughes is my goodness. She wasn't. This was not a released cardigan, and she released this cardigan especially in time for the CAL. I knew it was edited and stuff like that already, but it hadn't been published independently yet. And I was sniffing around going, Faye, I want to make that cardigan for the CAL. And she was like, right, I'm on it. I'll publish it, I'll get it sorted. And she's like done videos and photographs all in time for this CAL. So it's amazing. Thank you very much, Faye. But I'm going to make this cardigan. It's a good one. So Faye is also donating I think it's a pattern of your choice for the winner for the CAL. The CAL random draw at the end of after the event is done and dusted, when I pull a winner to win the bundle of patterns. I think Faye said it could be a pattern of the winner's choice, and then a whopping 30% off to Strata, should you wish to buy it from I think Ravelry, Etsy, or Faye's website, where she operates a pay what you can policy. So that's designer number 1. Designer number 2 is Michelle, otherwise known as Dora Explored, who you probably know, because she's got loads and loads of patterns out there that are all fabulous. I've never known such a logical, mathematical brain as Michelle's. I love it, because every time I've got a question, or if I need a tech editor, I'll go to Michelle and go, can you help me? And she'll be like, yep, yeah, sure. And it's brilliant. I love her brain. But it also means that she creates fantastic designs, because my goodness, you need maths to design garments. And she's got that in spades. So Michelle is offering 20% off Short Stories, a satin sleeve cardigan that I know she's worked really hard on, and it is a beautiful design, so go and check it out. And as a prize, she is offering the Any Yarn Will Do cardigan pattern. That's going to go in the prize pot at the end. And then we've got Blazanka, who is Blaze, I think it's Blaze, you say Blaze Crochet Design. Love Blazanka's work. She features a lot in Inside Crocheting magazine, and that's how I know her. And she's got this pattern called the Airy Petrel Shrug, and it's beautiful. It's really pretty lacy crochet, and it's a really unusual construction as well. But Blazenka has got a handful of crochet patterns, and she's offering 25% off all of them, I think, on Ravelry and Etsy. So those are some really good choices there. And then also offering a discount is Christina from A Spoonful of Yarn. Do you remember the Hotel of Bees shawl? A few years ago, it was really, really popular and everyone was making it. Well, Christina's the designer behind that shawl, and she also has a couple of really pretty cardigans. I really, really like the construction of her little maple cardigan. If you look on the blog for the free pattern, you can see the wonderful stitches and construction and technique she uses for the construction here at the shoulders, just so you haven't just got like bog standard shoulder, like square shoulders like sometimes mine have. The shaping is considered, which I'm fascinated by. The good thing about Christina's patterns is they are available for free on her blog, but if you wanted to buy a PDF version, you can do so and get a discount with the code that is on my blog. I think the codes will be something along the lines of Zeens CAL 24, but everyone's varies just that little bit slightly different. So do make sure you use the correct code to get the discount. It will be on blog post number 1, okay? And so those we are the little collective of designers that are offering discounts from our cardigan patterns. And then we have a few other people as well who are offering pattern prizes to the pot at the end, the little bundle that will our lucky winner will choose a lucky winner will win. Oh, my brain times it. Oh my gosh, it's nearly time to go to the shops. I keep saying I have to go to the shops. It's ridiculous. You'll be like, yes, I know. And then we've got Lois, who is I think it's Logillo Crochet. I don't know how to say Logillo, or maybe it's L. I don't know. I'm sorry, Lois, but I love her work. It's really modern and contemporary and pretty. I love her colours. I love her style. And Lois is offering a free pattern as part of the CAL winner prize pot, and you can choose any pattern you like, any one of the patterns you like, as whoever wins the winnings. And then we have Made by Hem, who is Helen. Helen was one of the pattern testers for Little Fluffy Clouds, and she did a tremendous job. She made a neon pink version, which is awesome. And she's donated a blanket pattern, again, like really modern colours. Everything she chooses is always really modern and like on point. And then Esme from Red Sparrow Crochet is donating Fool's Gold to the prize pot, which is a mosaic crochet blanket, which is awesome. I have Esme's books. They are just banging. They're really good. I made my sister a baby blanket from Esme's new book, which is like basically a modern stitch dictionary with a focus on blankets. I loved it. And then I think that's it. Have I missed anyone? If I missed anyone, then oh my god, that's really embarrassing. But I think that's it. Because Christina and Blazenka are also offering a pattern to the pot as well, and that makes 10 because I'll offer 3 patterns. Yeah, excellent. I am getting very excited by this. You know, it's going to be good. I am going to make Faye's Strata cardigan. Faye Hughes is a crochet designer from the UK, and I've had my eye on this since I tried it on when she was making it, not September gone, but September before. The stitch is wonderful. It's very classic, very straightforward, no nonsense contemporary crochet, which is right up my street. I want it for work, and I think it will be perfect and also go with loads of my outfits. It uses John Arbon Textiles Yarnadelic, which I am a fan of, but I've ordered 8 skeins of Black Gold of the Sun, and it is a light Aran worsted weight yarnadelic, which I haven't used before. So I've always used the Sport in my previous crochet projects, whereas this is a slightly bulkier yarn, but it's still very lightweight for what I would call a worsted or Aran. But it's going to be really good. I'm really looking forward to it. This yarn as well, it's called Black Gold of the Sun. It's got black in it, it's got gold in it, but it's not, I don't think it will be so dark that I will struggle to use it. I think I'll be okay, and I'll shine a light on me as I work anyway, and it'll be good. But it's kind of mild, it's got loads of different colours in it. But from a distance it will look very, very dark. I've ordered an extra skein because actually I want it to be maybe 2 inches longer than this one, so I'll just adjust it. I'll read through the pattern, work out where I'm supposed to add length onto it because it's worked sideways, this one, and then go from there. So hopefully an extra skein will do that for me. So I'm very much looking forward to that, but yeah, I can't start till Saturday. I haven't even wound my skeins, so that'll be my next job. But I'm not just going to make that. I'm going to probably make another cardigan as well. I don't know. I didn't know I was going to do this until maybe yesterday. After wasting maybe 2 hours looking online for what yarn I could use and purchase to make a second cardigan, I put my foot down and denied myself the pleasure of ordering new yarn, and this is going to be a proper deep dive stash bust. And I have been trawling through my cupboards this morning, and I found lots of yarn that I can use for a granny square cardigan, and then I can enter it into the CAL as well. I say enter it into CAL, I'm not going to enter myself into the actual like prize draw bit, because that'd be wrong. But you know what I mean, it's an excuse to make up a cardigan for the CAL. So the yarn I've got is a mixture of, I've got some West Yorkshire Spinners Bo Peep DK Luxury Baby. It's a merino and nylon mix, I think. Yes, it is. It's almost 50-50. And I really, really like using this yarn. I've used it before in other projects. And it works great for garments. So there's loads of this in here in my bag of tricks, and then also the bulk of I reckon 50% is going to be this, and the other 50% will be King Cole Majestic double knit, which is also, I think, this has got acrylic in it, 50% super wash wool, and then 20% polyamide. But they are very similar. They feel very similar in weight. They'll be fine. Just looking at the meterage. I'm gonna sneeze as well. No, sneeze is gone. I'm also joined today by tree fellas. not 3 chaps. Well, I don't know how many there are of them, but there's some blokes out there chopping some trees down. The neighbours are, I don't know why they're doing it, but hey ho. Let me have a look at the meterage, sorry. 112 metres per 50 grams, 121 metres per 50 grams. I'm going to say that's close enough. They'll work, it's fine. It's only a stash buster. But loads of it is, I think, yeah, I think the main colour I'll use is this grey, because I've got enough. I don't necessarily want it to be this grey, but I'll see what happens when I put it all together. But, you know, it's a weird mishmash of colours that I wouldn't ordinarily put together, to be fair. But we'll see what happens. But I'll do it in a laid back way. This is not my priority. Strata is my priority. And, you know, this one can be when my head's a bit head's a bit busy and I can just crochet some granny squares. Until then, like putting them all together, maybe I need to use my brain a bit more then. So those are the 2 cardigans that I am making. And what are you making? Tell me, let me know. I want to know what everyone is making. And if you want to, you can use the ideas bundles board that I put together as well as the blog post with the ones that are recommended on there. The 2 kind of crossover anyway. I may well have just cut myself off if I started waffling about something random, so if I have done, I apologise, but it's time to talk about something else now. What I wanted to do was let you know that what I think I wanted people to do was try something that was maybe new to them, or try something that was just for them. Maybe you want to try a new technique. Well, I'm sure there's a cardigan pattern out there that you want to try, or hopefully I can point you in the right direction. The idea for my choices, for the recommendations, which some are sort of just like, oh, that's nice, I'll include that in the suggestions. The idea was that there was something for everyone, because I want it to be so that there is literally something for everyone. So whether or not you're a beginner crocheter and you've never made a cardigan before, or even a garment, or even, you know, maybe you've only just started crochet, so you've never done anything like this before, then I want there to be a cardigan pattern out there for you that's easy enough to tackle. Or how about you know, you might have made dozens of cardigans and now it's time to get your teeth stuck into your teeth stuck into something a bit more adventurous, and perhaps you want to try something that's got different techniques that you've never tried before. So if you've only ever crocheted drop sleeve garments, then try a set-in sleeve this time, with short rows. Or I'm making the strata cardigan, which is worked side to side. I have got this cardigan is worked, essentially it's worked top down. My every time seashells is worked bottom up, as is the perfect cardigan. But I've got little fluffy clouds, which is double knit. Seashells is 4-ply. Perfect cardigan is worsted weight, I think, or is it Aran weight? You could probably interchange depending on your gauge swatch. What I'm trying to say is there's loads of different things that you can make, and out of all of that, then there's bound to be one cardigan that you go, yeah, that's the one for me. So yeah, whether or not it's yarn weight, whether or not it's a different way of working the pattern, whether or not it's raglan, drop sleeve, round yoke, or set-in sleeve. Oh my god, V-neck, round neck, no neck, just straight down, buttons, no buttons. Oh my gosh, so many different choices. You could have lacy one, puff stitches, just straightforward plain stitches, ribbed stitches. Oh, I'm pretty sure you must get the gist by now. I've tried to, like, I didn't want to overwhelm by having loads and loads, but what I've done is hopefully selected like samples of all of those elements. Does that make sense? So I've taken away a lot of the work for you, but also given you choices. But if this is nothing but random blather at you, read the blog posts where obviously I'm a bit more kind of coherent when I write, I think, and it's all laid out a bit more straightforward. So yeah, get yourself to my blog and have a read of those posts, and find yourself a pattern. I'll just take off this, by the way, is a Wayward Sisters shawl, granny stripe shawl. It's on my blog. It's a free pattern, and the version on the blog is actually grey, but I haven't taken decent photographs of this one, so I still haven't sorted out sharing that one. So this is Little Fluffy Clouds, and it will be released on Saturday. I might, after I get back from work on Friday, there is a very good chance that I would have actually published on Friday evening. Depends on my mood after work, really. But here you go. A little bit of a close-up for you. It's not, none of my cardigans are particularly oversized because I'm not a fan of oversized. So there is a little bit of positive ease in there. Usually I go for about 10 centimetres, so it's not completely fitted, but it's not massive either. I'm not a fan of that. So yeah, a nice open V with a lovely crochet rib and some little bobbly puff stitches. So one day I might make another one. I've got three little fluffy clouds already. This was my first one. And weirdly, last week I haven't worn it for ages because I needed to wash it. So I washed it, then I started wearing it again last week, and I had 2 compliments. And weirdly, like when I first started wearing this one, other people would also stop me in the street. So what is it about turquoise that makes people go, oh, I like your cardigan? I don't know. Maybe I should make everything in turquoise and people stop me all the time. Okay, this one's slightly different because it's a higher neck, and I don't like this because it pulled on the bust. And so that's why I altered how the V-neck looked. So actually in the final one it's more gradual, and I don't know, did it hit there or so? But it just means it doesn't pull and look unsightly here, and it's a bit more kind of casual, whereas this one was a bit so I changed that. So this sample is unique, but turquoise version, I will still wear this, and only probably because 2 people said it was nice last week. Yeah. Unfortunately, this one, I'm so cross. I'm cross with myself, really, because the yarn is discontinued and I didn't check. It took me that long to sort the pattern out, didn't it? And then this pink one, which is, I think it's my least favourite, you know. I just don't like, I don't know if the pink is very me, so, but as you can see, there you go, the V-neck is much lower down, but that's intentional, that's preferable for me, so there's no pulling across the apex of the bust. Sounds like I know what I'm talking about, doesn't it? But yeah, you can actually see the stitches a bit better in this one though. A fluffy, this is called Get Your Fluff On, and if you happen to be living in the UK and you bought a lot of the Hobbycraft Get Your Fluff On, then you could make this cardigan, but they don't do it anymore. I think it was only out for about 2 or 3 years. I hope this is okay and not too like cheap. I should make the effort and like literally, I don't know, do a different setup or anything like that, and something like that, and then model it for you walking up and down. I'm too lazy. I'm not going to do that. And then this is my first cardigan. My first official graded and properly published cardigan is the Perfect Cardigan. And it was called the Perfect Cardigan because, quite frankly, it was a bit of a nightmare. Again, it's another V-neck, but this one's sort of, it's got a different ribbing, which is done join as you go. And yeah, no, it's seamless here. So you work this bit, the bottom half, all in one piece before splitting for the sleeves and then joining the shoulders. It's got construction video tutorials as part of the pattern, as does Little Fluffy Clouds actually. They're not to be, I wouldn't suggest you just follow the tutorials because they're more like to enhance the written pattern rather than to be solely relied upon. Just bear that in mind. Here you go. But I used a paint box. I think it was something like called worsted wool. It's a wool blend, I can't remember which one. But I don't wear this often enough, really. I feel a bit self-conscious in it because it is a bit pastely and I'm not a pastely person. So I always feel like it's not me. But again, I have been stopped in the street when I did wear this. So I must have been doing something right. It must be liked by some people, even if it's not my favourite. And then, sorry for all the wriggling. I might cut out the wriggling. This one is my favourite for work. I've worn this a lot to work. It's because it's 4-ply, but alpaca. It's really light but warm, and so I don't want to be like wrapped up like a yeti in the office and or walking to work from the park and ride. So this is ideal. It's like a really nice lightweight layer. And it's got cute little buttons. And because it's called She Sells Seashells, I needed to have shell, like mother of pearl shell buttons on it, obviously. But also the reason it was called seashell, whatever, that one, is because I wanted these to look like little seashells as well, the little motifs. And again, it's worked very similarly to the Perfect cardigan, so that it's seamless in the body. And then you split the sleeves and just pop them on. Yeah, I think this is really nice. And also I made it with super posh wool. If you need to, check out my video for yarn. No, not my video. My blog post for yarn substitutions. Because that will help. If like this one was just like eye-wateringly expensive. As is a lot of yarn, if you want to get like beyond mid-range products, I think it's almost painful. Like the Yarnadelic stuff I've only bought because I got money for Christmas and gift vouchers from my mother-in-law for John Alvin Textiles. Otherwise I probably would have tried to find an alternative yarn substitution, because it is expensive to make your own clothes out of yarn sometimes. Although, you know, there are some other substitutions out there which also work brilliantly well. I particularly like acrylic and wool blends, so they are hard wearing and long lasting and warm. But acrylic on its own can be great as well, but my sweaters and things that I've made out of acrylic don't tend to last beyond a handful of washes, and they kind of like, the acrylic dies a little bit. So it's worth bearing in mind that if you are going to make a garment that you want to last for years, try and find something that does have a little bit of wool in it if you can't get 100% wool or can't wear 100% wool, or swapping wool like sheep wool for alpaca because it's hypoallergenic, or even trying bamboo or tencel or something like that. I'm riffing here because I didn't think I was gonna, like, I hadn't planned on talking about all the different yarn subs, because you're supposed to just go, I wanted you to like go and read the blog post that I wrote, which has all the info in it. But it just, I have retained that information, so it is in here too as well. So I think that's it. So yes, keep your eyes peeled for the release of She Sells Seashells and Little Fluffy Clouds, because they are coming to you very, very, very soon. And yeah, you've got until the 31st of March, people. Let's get cracking, shall we? And let's get cardigan making. All right. Let me know if you've got any questions, and I will endeavour to answer them as and when I can. The next week or two is probably going to be pretty bonkers for me. I've got lots to do for the CAL, including release Little Fluffy Clouds and She Sells Seashells, and all the rest of it. But I better get to the shop now before school pickup. All right then, see you later. Bye bye.